Real Stories Tapes True Crime is your new true crime podcast fix. In our first season, we'll explore suspicious deaths at a California hospital and a skydiver landing dead on a suburban driveway with a bag containing guns, drugs, and night vision goggles. To join our investigation, search and subscribe to Real Stories Tapes True Crime on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you find your podcasts.
Being a British guy in 2015 is not easy. 21st century pressures are changing.
No way.
The way we live.
Women are seen as superior to men.
The way we love.
If you are a Muslim, you cannot be gay. That's as simple as that.
Even the way we look.
That's silicone. Yeah, this is mental.
In this series, I'm traveling to the extreme edge of modern British masculinity.
They basically said the only way you can stay is if you agree to be exercised to get the demons out of you.
The UK's gyms are bulging, and British men have never been bigger.
Oh, Jesus, man.
Buffer.
It doesn't even look real.
The gym is my life, effectively.
Or more bothered about body image.
It's not enough cuts. So I'm just not pleased with it.
That's crazy.
So why are so many young British guys battling with their bodies?
You want six-pack, right?
Yep.
I want to find out what happens when self-improvement spirals into self-destruction. For a generation in search of the ultimate six-pack.
Your testosterone's up there anyway, and then you add in steroids. I ended up going to jail for 12 months for fighting.
I mean, what's your body going to be like at 30?
I'd be lucky to get there.
If you know that, then what are you doing?
Jacked, ripped, shredded, cut. Call it what you like. Right now, muscles are huge.
The thing that seems consistent in these pictures is that there are a lot of people on this planet who spend a lot of time working out.
This kind of body once belonged to professional athletes. But these pecs and six-packs are all down to the hard graft of thousands of ordinary guys.
There's a lot of normal sort of average Joes in here in gyms that look just like the one I'm in right now, working their ass off to achieve some sort of results.
Hench has gone high street, and Instagram is inundated with solid pecs and six-packs.
It's normal now to work out. It's normal now to share your results. I've just clicked on this guy's pictures here. There's a photo here of him on the building site with a hammer and no shirt on. He's got an incredible physique and he's clearly putting a lot of work in, because if it's not pictures of his six-pack, it's pictures of his diet. And he's really put the work in.
So what does it really take to get a body like that? I'm off to find out. Welcome to Swansea, South Wales, and meet Kyle.
Hello, mate. Kyle?
Reggie.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure, how are you?
How's it
Right?
going?
Not
Yeah,
too
very
bad,
good,
not too
thank
bad.
you. Very good.
Quite
Shall I?
smart.
Mate, I don't know what I'm wearing. Are you dressed literally for the gym to run straight in now?
I'm always prepped for the gym. Always prepped for the gym.
Why is that? I mean, is it something you don't get to do on a regular basis?
I go every day.
Every single day?
Every single day.
Carl's pictures don't lie. He is a builder, but he's found a way to make the most of every minute at work.
I find the hardest jobs on site, so I can train in work as well.
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
24.
And how long has this whole obsession with fitness been a part of your life? If you don't mind me calling it obsession,
It's an obsession. I've been in the gym about 4 years. I've been obsessed about 18 months.
So why this level of obsession?
I've been single for 18 months. Simple as that.
So the minute she left, you started pumping?
I've brought my gym kit too, but it turns out Kyle has a little something extra.
Is there like 5 different pairs of shorts in there?
No, one pair of shorts. And that.
And some cling film?
Cling film.
So have you got in your mind already a routine that you're going to work through for today?
Yes, I have.
Where does that cling film come into play?
You'll see. You'll see. You'll see.
This has suddenly got really ominous. Oh, so there he is. Look at that.
No way. So you're going to work out with that on?
I'll drink my t-shirt, yeah. I'll lose the excess water, and I just sweat out.
Do you not feel like a flipping Christmas turkey?
Feels tight, yeah. It feels tight. It feels uncomfortable.
Right.
Carl said I can follow the workout he does when he wants his muscles to look most defined. I'm not expecting this to be easy.
3-4 miles, I'd be happy.
3 or 4 miles?
Yeah.
But he's trying to sweat out excess water, risking dehydration and even heat stroke.
It's wet. It's okay. Abs mixed in as well.
Okay.
With no break.
Wow.
Okay? Slow it down. Slower.
Yeah. Geez, you got a proper focus going, man. I mean, I don't want to talk to you to mess with your stuff, but I've never seen you look so serious in a little bit of time.
The only time I am serious is when I'm training. Most days I'm laid back and mellow. In here, it's about training, and that's it.
Please don't take this the wrong way.
No,
I
of course not.
look at you and I think you're done. Like, I would dream to have a body like yours right now, but I don't think I'd want to push it any further than it is if I got to this point.
I gotta keep pushing. Jump in. Keep moving.
You're gonna start shouting at me in a minute.
Oh, it's warm up, so it's okay now.
This is the warm-up?
Yeah.
So if this is the warm-up, what are we going to be doing when we're really going for it?
Faster. Faster and more reps.
Why would we need to go even harder? Why would we need to go faster than
To
this?
sweat more, lose more water, more reps.
So far, So looks obsessed. But for someone who's posting shirtless photos online, you'd think Carl would be prouder of the results of all his work.
Come on, mate, look, it's completely flat. What is wrong with that?
It may be flat, but it's not good enough. It's too much water here. You know, I'm
Too much water where? What, there?
See, it's not showing enough here. I'm just not pleased with it.
There's nothing wrong with trying to better yourself.
No.
But I'm just trying to understand what it is that you're seeing different to what I'm seeing.
It's not enough. There's not enough cuts.
So what do you mean by enough cuts?
You get a six-pack, right? So it's 2, 4. He's not showing enough. Number 6.
Do you think that I see something completely different to you when you look at your body?
Yeah.
What is that?
I see a shit body. You can see it being in good shape.
So if you feel shit about your body, does that mean that when you look in the mirror, you're unhappy with what you see?
Yeah.
Really, even now?
As we leave, Carl tells me he's starving. He's earned a decent lunch.
What's this exactly?
Like smoked beef, dried smoked beef.
But this is not it.
This is just lean meat.
140 calories per bag.
Do you count calories on a daily basis?
Not count as such, but what I eat. Food-wise, every day, I eat about 5-6 meals a day. But they're all low-calorie foods.
Diet is obviously very important when it comes to looking after your body, but you are micromanaging every calorie.
I'm watching, yeah. It's not a healthy obsession, is it? It's not healthy.
You know that.
I'm totally aware of it. Totally aware.
If you're aware, then why isn't it changing?
I can't. I like looking good. But I know I'll never be perfect.
Okay, full disclosure. I'm not about to live on tiny pieces of dried up beef, but I can understand some of what Kyle's saying. 2 weeks ago, I stepped up my own gym routine in a big way.
I'm in the gym, and the reason that I'm here is because my mate has told me I'm getting a little bit fat now, and I think he is too. So we've put ourselves on this 6-week challenge. We're challenging ourselves to lose some weight, to feel better about our bodies. The aim is to eat as clean as possible and train as much as possible, which is why I'm here sweating like a pig, because I'm determined to get to the end of this challenge and look in the mirror and be happy with what I see. I'm noticing younger and younger guys are going to the gym now, and
That was never the case when I was younger. You know, when I was in school, we didn't care about that. It was just about who had the right trainers. It wasn't about who had the biggest biceps.
Sports stars, fashion lines, men's mags, it seems every 21st century male image has a perfect six-pack.
Looks like the shoot's already in full swing.
I've come to Leeds, where online clothes company Ream are holding a casting call for new models. But they're not just looking for professionals. Boss Simon wants what he calls ordinary guys off the street.
Really what we're trying to do, we're just trying to find the next sort of cut guy. If it comes across in that image that he is a little bit ripped, then it makes the clothes look a lot better.
Good. And again. And again. Good.
2 weeks into my own body blitz, this lot don't look that ordinary to me. But only 2 out of 14 guys here are actually models. And it seems muscles make money when it comes to selling clothes.
Flat on, flat on. These are full lengths, okay? So keep the movement going. Fantastic.
He could appeal to like a mass market of guys, you know, so who are everyday guys, gym goers.
So are everyday guys and gym goers the same thing now?
I think for our customer,
Change the feet. You've got it. Look up.
This guy, looking at him in this picture, he looks like a fairly normal, average guy, but seeing him face to face, you can see that he's got massive pecs, he goes to the gym, he's got big arms. So would you say that this sort of model is what your consumer are aspiring towards, this sort of body shape?
Yes, so athletic.
Certainly that athletic and that shredded look, you know, so nothing too big, but shredded and defined. So they're going to have like a six-pack, or they're going to aim towards a six-pack. There's a few guys I'm quite excited to see. Luke I quite like. Yeah.
The guy in the army green?
Yeah, the guy in the army green. He's a bit of a lad, so that's the way he comes across to me. I think he's got a good image, I think, yeah.
When he's not peeling off his vest, Luke works as a barber.
Luke, is that your most ripped, or are you more ripped than that sometimes? Are you like on a downer and up at the minute?
You've caught me off guard. I've been on holiday for 2 weeks. No training, eating pizza.
What did you have for breakfast today as well?
Oats and a protein shake.
Just flex your muscles maybe for me, yeah? Like you see, like this sort of when you get that sort of definition, if the garment's fitted around that, that's generally just giving a great image.
That's what you're looking for.
That's what the guy wants, you know. That's what they want.
All right, stop flexing now. He's giving it all of that now. All of that.
One look at Luke and it's pretty obvious he's a gym user. But it looks like he's been working a lot harder than me for years.
How much weight would you say you've put on since you started training?
Like 3 stone of lean muscle.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I was like 90 stone before.
Jeez. Do you have any pictures of your old self? Oh, Jesus, man.
And that's about 3 years of training.
Wow.
To this year now. I just wanted to be more muscular.
I haven't been to a fashion shoot where muscles have been so important. Personal trainer Ross has some of the biggest and glossiest of all.
No way. It doesn't even look real.
So yeah, but that's like 4 years of work.
You did that in 4 years?
Yeah, it's Monday to Friday gym sessions, 4 or 5 times a week. It's like a full-time job. The gym is my life, effectively.
So what was your motivation to start then?
Mainly it was just because I wanted to be better in myself, and I looked up to the men's health, the six-pack, what everyone at the time calls the perfect physique.
It's obvious these guys are working hard, and I guess it's no surprise the media is playing a big part in encouraging them.
All these television shows like your Geordie Shores, all your MTV kind of shows, they're going out having a good time, they're looking good, they're getting all the attention, and I think that's a big part of it really. Lads these days are seeing that and want a little piece of it. You see changes in your body from the gym and you're getting a little bit more attention and you just want more and more of it. I think that's the reason. And then it kind of becomes a lifestyle and a habit and you're just set for life.
Thanks so much for coming. It means a lot to us and the team.
Simon has boiled down 14 wannabe models to 4.
Ashley as a good contender as one of our 4. Ashley, okay? So, Luke Gator, thank you. Jamie, And then finally, we've got Ben as well for the 4.
I don't remember the last time I felt this fat. I don't remember the last time I spent this much time around a group of guys with no shirt on as well. It just seems that now, because in mainstream culture, you know, you've got someone like a Cristiano Ronaldo who looks like he's been chiseled out of marble, you've got someone like a David Beckham, and things like social media we all have in our lives on a day-to-day sort of basis. There is no way of escaping these messages that are being thrown at us. For this generation of late teens and 20-somethings, just how built you are and how masculine you are is so important.
But sometimes exercise just isn't enough. Some young men are going even further for perfect abs. Like Turkey. It's an increasingly popular destination for young Brits in pursuit of the perfect body shape. I've come to a private hospital to meet Lee.
Where are you from?
I'm from Leeds.
Leeds?
Yes.
What are you getting done here?
I'm getting abdominal etching.
What on earth does that mean?
It creates a modifying six-pack, so there's sick fat out from in between your grooves in the six-pack, and they can add fat onto it depending on what type of six-pack you like.
Basically you're having like a surgical permanent six-pack?
Yes.
How often do you actually go to the gym at this moment?
6 to 7 times a week.
6 to 7 times a week?
Yes.
Now, this might sound a little weird, I'm not blowing smoke here, but you actually look like you're in absolutely fine physical shape. Why are you doing this?
Because I'd like it more defined, and I'd like to be able to put more size on as well. I honestly feel, being brought up in the 80s with the wrestling, you know, with the wrestling figures, you always picture a man with muscles and six-pack, and that's the way that my image were always brought up. So that is my perception of an ideal man.
When you were, I don't know, when you first started at the gym and you first started working out, did you ever think that you'd end up here?
No, I really didn't,
Lee's after something even 6 days a week at the gym can't give him. So he's spending £3,500 to get action figure abs. It's his first ever major operation.
How are you feeling at this stage? You feeling nervous yet?
I am, yeah, very nervous.
You don't look it at all.
Well, I tried to keep it in really, but no, it's...
Yeah. I don't know, I'm just really struggling to understand why you're going to put yourself through this, because you're in good shape.
Well, thank you for a start, but no, I don't see that. Like I said,
what do you see?
I see there's certain areas that need developing.
What are those areas?
Well, definitely my stomach and my arms need to be bigger. Hi there.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
We will take you to the operation room in, I think, 30 minutes.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Come, please.
Right. No worries.
The operation Lee's having is still rare, but this hospital has seen 7 British guys in the last 6 months. Funny thing is, you need to be in good shape to have it in the first place. Patients won't normally be considered if they have more than 2 centimeters of fat.
So, you want deep lines?
Deep lines.
Six-pack, right?
Yep.
Here. This is only one part, okay? And you want some defining
Yes.
here,
Yes.
right?
What little fat Lee does have will be melted using ultrasound and then strategically sucked out to accentuate his muscles.
With a procedure like this then, just how risky is it?
I think the main risk is asymmetries. We will have some swellings, some bruisings for nearly 1 month, I think, maximum. He will need a corset. We will put a corset on him for 2 months after the operation. I think
2 months of wearing a corset?
Yes, but he can take it off. He can wear his shirt on it.
Yeah.
It's not a big thing. After that, we can, I think, only have some skin retractions that we don't want, or small asymmetries that we don't like. If you have any problem, we will talk with him again also.
Lee's gone down now, and I'm still trying to work out whether he's got the right idea or I have. He doesn't need to do another sit-up again, ever. Imagine that. Choosing to have an operation of this scale? I don't know.
Lee will be under general anaesthetic for 2.5 hours.
What's happening now, doctor?
This is the second stage, extraction of the fat.
Raw. Jeez. That's his actual fat coming out of him right now. And the craziest thing about this is that I can actually already start to see the difference. I can see where some of the fat has been moved from. You can see that his abs are sort of popping a little bit more. He looks like he's been at the gym for a few more months, even now. So are you completely finished now? Is this done?
We just finished.
Brilliant. You can already see that it's a lot flatter and there's a lot less sort of fat on the sides here, and the definition really is showing. I was sort of in there watching them work on his abs, and I was touching mine and I was checking my body fat, and I don't know if it made me more paranoid about what I've got to shift, but it definitely made me think about what I'm doing. I do know that he's going to wake up and be very bloody happy. If not, he's a hard man to please, because that was incredible what they did there.
But it turns out that Lee's just a beginner in the surgery stakes. Back in London, I'm about to meet a man who's an expert.
There he is, finally.
Hey,
Rigo.
hello there.
Hello.
Hi.
Good to
nice
finally meet you.
Yeah, make yourself comfortable, please. Come in.
32-year-old Rodrigo is a flight attendant who's always dreamed of living a glamorous life. 35 cosmetic procedures later, he says he's finally achieved his goal.
You nearly done in there, Rodrigo?
And he's agreed to talk to me about them while he waits for a massage.
Look at you! That's like the world's most flamboyant robe I think I've ever seen.
There's a hood as well.
I can't avoid this. This is incredibly impressive.
Well, this is all plastic surgery.
Do you know how hard I'm working to achieve that right now? Do you know the amount of sit-ups I'm doing?
Let's compare.
No, I'm not going to compare. It's just the most depressing thing in the world. And your chest looks pretty impressive as well. Now, please tell me...
I'm going to get...
You've done something to your chest. What have you done to your chest?
Well, I have silicone implants. Look.
That's silicone?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, but I have to get them done again.
I'm absolutely bamboozled by what you've achieved through surgery, because that is the body that so many guys are fighting to achieve. And what you've done is you've basically found a loophole. You found a way to achieve it without the work.
Yeah, I reinvented myself throughout plastic surgery.
Can you talk me through what you've actually had done?
I have fillers in my biceps.
Fillers?
Fillers. They're like silicone fillers, yeah.
Okay.
There are fillers in my biceps, triceps, and shoulders, and also have silicone implant in my chest, lipo in my back, in my waist, obviously my abs.
How much would you say you spent on all the work that you've done?
210K.
£210,000.
That's correct. Yes.
On surgery alone.
Yes, on surgery alone. People, they like an image. People like what is beautiful, and some people, they are born blessed with natural beauty. I wasn't born this way. I made myself this way in order to be accepted by society.
Cosmetic surgery has risks, like any medical procedure. And Rodrigo himself suffered a serious infection after having fillers injected into his arms. But he's still adamant it's been right for him.
Is that you?
It is me.
I don't see anything wrong with this guy. I mean, what is it about this guy that you wanted to change so much?
This guy is just crossing his arms like that because he's covering his boobs. On all my photos, if I was wearing a t-shirt, I'd always be covering myself.
What do you think when you see a picture of yourself looking like this?
I feel sorry. I feel sorry for myself. I feel sorry for myself that I wasn't blessed with natural beauty, and then I had to go through everything that I did, all the pain, time and money, in order to reinvent myself to become a happier person, because I wasn't happy at all, and then I just couldn't accept myself in that way.
Looking at all of these images, I can really see just how much of a journey that you've been on in creating this new version of yourself?
I'm satisfied. I'm happy. I love myself. I'm everything that I've always wanted to be in my life.
Rodrigo has his way of changing his body. I'm 4 weeks into mine, and I'm not gonna lie, it's been tough. My routine has changed, my diet has changed, and the fact that I'm here on a regular basis is a bit weird. But at least I'm doing it for the right reasons, I think. I have to really watch myself when it comes to what it is that I'm doing and how I'm feeling with the gym and with my results, because I have an addictive personality. I'm the sort of person that if I love something and if I get into it, I will use and reuse and overuse it until it's dead. All of us who train hard are pushing for something, but it's a fine line between controlling the results and the results controlling us. When I met Kyle, he admitted he's striving for perfection. But what does that look like? Back in Wales, I've joined him at a second gym to try and find out what will satisfy him.
We'll go sevens. We'll go some sevens. We'll go one each because my hands are full.
Yeah, I've got that for you.
And we'll crack on.
The punishing regime is the same, at least at first glance. The cling film's back, but there's more. Now he's going to lift weights in 82-degree heat.
You're about to do another workout, but in the sauna.
It'll be my third session of today.
And these are going in there with you?
I'm going to train with them and do push-ups in there as well, yeah.
Mate.
I just want the perfect body. Or close enough to perfect as I can get.
But please don't take this the wrong way.
No.
This isn't fitness.
No.
This is something else. This is punishing your body.
Yeah,
this is pushing your body.
It puts my body in places it shouldn't be. The body wasn't built for this. The body wasn't built for this, to do that. It's not built for it.
What you're doing is so...
It's dangerous.
It's so dangerous.
It is.
Surely you've got to understand that you can't keep doing this. How old are you? Is it 26?
24.
24? I mean, what's your body going to be like at 30?
I'd be lucky to get there. That's it, really.
Carl was already risking heat stroke, and now he's ramping up the degrees. This is crazy.
Knowing that Kyle is aware of what he's doing to himself, and knowing that he knows that he could potentially kill himself with this kind of behaviour, I mean, I chuckle because it's so bloody ridiculous. Why would you knowingly do this to yourself? I don't know, you know, you sort of hear body dysmorphia thrown around so much when it comes to young girls and it comes to young women desperately wanting to be the perfect figure. But, I mean, what's to say that he doesn't have that? He is an addict for the results and he's addicted to being better. What's the difference between that and being addicted to something like a Class A drug? Because you know it's bad for you, but you keep doing it. And this kid could kill himself. If he keeps going this way, by 30, is he still going to be alive? So why do you keep doing it?
Pressure, I suppose.
From who?
Just general, like, he has abs. Just the general pressure of our friends or just acquaintances from work.
Why does their opinion of you matter so much?
Because I was really shy before. So now I got this body and these abs and this shape. I seem to have more people around me, type of thing. But before when I was 15, 16, I didn't have many friends. But now I got all these friends because I'm obsessed with the gym, I do fitness. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Incredibly, after everything Carl's put his body through, tonight he's working a second job. He's told me to head for a bar in town, but apparently, Carl's not pulling pints tonight.
The one, the only, Mr. Cowboy.
Yeah, when he's not on a building site, women pay Carl to take off his clothes. So of course, his body matters. While Carl's busy, I want another view on whether this look is really worth all the trouble.
What is it about the boys that you want to see tonight? I mean, are you looking for guys that have that kind of chiseled body? Is that what you're after? Or do you not care?
I don't know, it's a bit shallow, but it does make you more attracted to someone if they work out.
To achieve the bodies that these guys have got, the reality is that they're probably having to go to the gym 5, 6, maybe 7 times a week. So you'd be all right with that?
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to go out with someone who doesn't go to the gym.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever dated anyone that looks like one of the strippers then? No?
I have, but he was too high maintenance.
What do you mean it was high maintenance? What was wrong with him?
I think, you know, we all look after ourselves, don't we? But there's an extent you've got to go to. You can't go too far and be more interested in yourself than your body.
Sounds like they're less sold on the lifestyle, but it's high fives all round for the six-pack.
Ladies, can we give our cowboy one massive yeehaw?
And Carl's been getting some very positive feedback too. So could this be what it's all for?
How much of tonight is actually about the crowd? Why don't you care what they think? They're screaming for you. That girl was just licking your chest.
The attention I want is not from you, it's from last year.
What kind of attention do you get from these lot?
Great. The female who doesn't go to the gym and doesn't understand it. The girl who went to the gym, and then understand. And then understand. They're like
so weird to think that he's taking his clothes off for women, but he ain't even thinking about. His body is something that he's working on continuously. He's thinking about continuously. And if he gets a pat on the back from a girl, doesn't matter. If he gets a pat on the back from a bodybuilder, then he's achieved something.
It's been 10 days since I met Lee in Istanbul for his operation. I'm fascinated to see the results. But I also want to find out how his body obsession has impacted on his life.
Hello, Lee.
Hello, Reggie. How are you?
How are you, mate? I'm good. How are you, more importantly?
I'm good. I'm a little sore, but I'm getting better.
Can you show me your new six-pack?
I can do, yes.
Go on, then. Look at that.
Right,
I can already see it, mate. Whoa.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can.
And the stomach, it's starting to settle into shape.
Yeah, are you happy with the results?
I'm happy, yes. I mean, obviously, they're going to get progressively better, but yeah, I'm happy with what I see so far.
I can only imagine the pain post-operation. What's it actually been like living with that?
For the first couple of days, I was bedbound. It was very difficult getting in and out of bed. Since then, I've managed to go to the gym once. I've had a little bit of a...
You've already been to the gym?
Yes, I've been on the cross trainer.
Are you allowed to go to the gym this close after surgery? Soon after surgery?
Not to. They said keep it within reason.
You've had an operation. It's all right to take a week off. Surely you can see that.
I suppose so, but I've always got something in the back of my mind saying, I need to go to the gym. I haven't been. Again, it's obviously in my mind.
Do you think that the amount of time that you've actually spent working out has affected your relationships?
It affected my past relationship, yes.
In what way?
We ended up splitting up. I've got 2 children to her, and we ended up splitting up due to my commitment to the gym. It's my solace really is the gym. Some people turn to drink. I go to the gym. That's my free time really.
Well, I mean, the things that you've mentioned, drink and drugs, they have massive addictive qualities. Do you think that the gym can be as addictive and potentially as dangerous?
Maybe not as dangerous, but I think most certainly as addictive, yes.
If you didn't have the body that you have now, how would you feel about yourself?
I wouldn't have the confidence. I'd probably be a lot more shyer. I wouldn't be as happy that I am. I do feel that I'd be a different person.
Yeah. All right, look, lovely talking to you, man.
Thank you so much. Take care, all right? Bye-bye. Wow. I think I've taken for granted just how much body image is an issue for young men now, because things were eternally different 10 years ago when I was a teenager or in my early 20s, you know. How long is it before every third kid is doing what Lee's doing? For not that much money, you can have perfect abs for life. All you have to do is fly to Turkey and have a little operation, and that's it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I just don't know how much I'd encourage that when it comes to my 14-year-old little brother and his mates. But when it comes to artificial intervention, there's a darker phenomenon on our streets. Steroids, most commonly anabolic steroids, a synthetic form of testosterone taken to increase stamina and build muscles. They're legal for personal use, whether they're injected or taken as tablets. But experts warn they're a ticking time bomb.
Hello?
Hello, yeah, it's Reggie.
Hi.
I've come to Turning Point in London. They're a charity offering a clean, safe needle exchange mainly for heroin and crack users. But 3 years ago, they added a drop-in for steroid users too.
Hello? Hi, Reggie.
Hi, how you
Hi,
doing?
I'm Roy. Nice
Hello,
to meet
Roy.
you.
Nice to meet you. So you run this place?
I do, yeah. I run Smart Muscle here on a Wednesday night.
And team leader Roy Jones has seen a change in who walks in. But what sort of people are coming through the door here?
It used to be guys in the late 30s, people who've been bodybuilding for a number of years, but now it's guys about 22, 23. What's more concerning is I get people coming here who haven't actually been to the gym at all, and they're wanting to take the drugs to get the body without actually putting in the work.
It's estimated there could now be more than 500,000 steroid users in the UK. But most of the ones Roy sees don't understand the basics.
I would say probably about 10% of them know how to inject and get it completely correct. There are always errors they're making, and sometimes guys think that by injecting into their chest or their arms, etc., that those areas are going to grow bigger because they're doing it locally. So that's the size of it, basically. So for intramuscular injection, they're wanting it to go about 2/3 of the length into the muscle. So you can see you need to do that in the right place. Otherwise...
Oh, that's so grim.
Yeah, and it needs to be done like a dart to get it to go in deep.
Oh, jeez, let's have a look. That's massive. That's horrible.
The thing is, though, what happens is then you end up on a hormonal roller coaster. Your testicles will shrink because you're not producing testosterone anymore because you've got such high levels of synthetic testosterone in your body. Your brain says, whoa, too much, shuts them down. And sometimes if you get the wrong combination of steroids, your sex drive is completely gone. And also steroids can make your blood thicker and affect your cholesterol levels. So long term, it can have an effect on your cardiovascular or, heart, basically. It's become part of male grooming, almost acceptable for them to be injecting these drugs because they're enhancing themselves, basically. If it's in aid of getting you to be buff, then it's more acceptable.
This is news to me. Until now, I thought only competitive bodybuilders use steroids. And it looks like this gym in Huddersfield could have had issues in the past.
Have a look at that. This sign's in the toilet as well. This stuff, zero tolerance policy. Anyone found using needles on our premises.
But I can't help wondering what the old school guys think of the steroid craze. Look at his arms. Meet Dave Crosland, aka The Freak.
Done, mate. I was about to do that with one arm.
Hello, fella, you all right?
Not bad.
You're bleeding on your head.
Ah, don't worry about it.
What's caused that then?
Blood pressure.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So what, you've pushed so hard that you got...
I've given myself a brain aneurysm before now.
How long have you been doing this for?
I started when I was 19.
And how old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
44 next month.
And have you ever stopped
Yeah,
being in the gym?
I took 12 years off.
Why?
Tore my left pectoral clean off.
Tore it off?
Yeah.
You tore your whole pec off?
Yeah, that side's torn out. That's why there's a big hole there.
Oh my God.
As a champion bodybuilder, Dave has used steroids many times, but now he's also a counsellor teaching about their safety.
I'm not pro-use. I'm not against use. I'm pro-education. They aren't the demon that they're made out to be, but that doesn't mean they're safe either.
Why do you think it's so widespread then? What is it that's making it so popular?
Social media. Males have never had to deal with image issues. It's always been a women's problem. We've never had to worry about whether our makeup was right or our hair was right.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, social media comes along and people aren't getting a true representation because there's Photoshop and there's all these filters. It's like, well, everyone else looks good and I look crap. Males have got pressure about body image and we don't know how to cope with it. They're searching for an identity and they look for that through body image. So, well, I want to be male, I want to be more male, which means I need to have muscles.
Yeah. And that is affecting men as young as what?
Well, I think you really start to see people looking and considering at 15 and 16.
That young?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm a little bit younger than you, and that definitely wasn't the case when I was at school.
No, and it wasn't the case when I was at school, but that's what I'm seeing now.
I'm finding it hard to understand steroid use, but up until now, I haven't met someone who is currently using.
Yoba! Whoa! Drive! Whoa, come on! Whoa! This is Craig.
How's it going?
All right. Dave was telling me a bit about your sort of history.
I started training at 9 years old. I was
Training at 9?
Yeah, at 9.
So what age did you start using?
19.
Right.
At that time I was in the army, you know, so at that age your testosterone's up there anyway. And you're trained to be a soldier, trained to be a killer, and then you're adding steroids, you know, making your testosterone go through the roof. You know, so sometimes you can get into situations where you wouldn't normally react in a certain way, where now you blow your top.
So what were you doing? What would you?
I ended up going to jail for 12 months for fighting. Yeah.
So what's different now, and why are you still using? Why do you still think it's a good idea to use after everything you've been through?
It's addictive. It really is. You know, once you feel like Superman, you don't want to go back to being average Joe, do you?
Given how dangerous steroids sound, it's hard to believe how easy it is to actually get hold of them.
Steroids.
Pages and pages. I tell you what, go back up. Let's click the first thing. Let's have a look at that.
So
12 quid.
£12.50 for a box of 3 1 mil ampoules.
That's cheaper than protein powder at like a high street shop.
They're not overly expensive.
They really aren't. Jeez. The truth is, I've never really entertained anything that is deemed as being potentially dangerous in that way. You know, I don't smoke, I don't drink. When all my friends started taking drugs in our late teens and early 20s, I never really did. And to me, steroids were never something that I ever really even gave a second thought to, because I wasn't in the gym, number one. And number two, it was this big, weird, scary, unknown entity that only existed within the realms of really serious bodybuilders. That taboo would have been smashed for me if I was a teenager now, in this day and age, because the information is there.
And the pressure to use them is all around.
It's a different time now. And if you want to do something like steroids and you're only 19, you can do it all from the comfort of your own smartphone.
But while steroids are legal to possess for personal use, it's against the law to sell or supply them. So it's hard to understand how there can be so many sites online selling roids. We've made contact with an underground lab operating in the West Midlands and producing illegal steroids for the growing UK market. And they've agreed to meet.
So what's the sitch with our fixer? Is he here?
We got away for a phone call from a few people, yeah. So he's waiting and then he's going to phone us.
Okay. I think whenever you meet people who
are operating outside of the law and are essentially paying their bills by doing something illegal, you have to ask yourself the question, just how much do they care about what it is that they're producing and how much they care about the people that are using their product.
It's him now. Hello? It's Reggie, yeah, how you doing? Hello, mate. Okay. So you're just outside the hotel now? All right, bye, mate. You all right? Nice to meet you. How's it going?
It's okay. It's okay. We're just going to take you to the next stage now.
Okay, mate.
No one knows how many underground labs are operating in the UK, but 3 have been shut down this year alone.
Reg?
Hello, mate.
This is the second stage. I'm just going to make a quick call.
Okay. Would you say that you're paranoid?
They are.
Is that down to rival cooks? I mean, what's the reason for that?
It's the law.
If caught, these self-styled chemists could get up to 14 years. I'm not sure what I was expecting after all that secrecy, but it wasn't this. A suburban double garage.
Yeah, thanks. Hello. How you doing? Reggie, nice to meet you.
And a job lot of plastic sheets.
Is that an 8 money? Boom. Reg, you're right, nice to meet you. I was expecting something a little bit bigger.
We've got enough here to do what we're doing today, but we can have 3 times as much as this going to do what we're doing on the day, you know?
Right.
This lockup's a long way from the sterile conditions you'd expect in a licensed pharmaceutical lab. But the guys have agreed I can watch them prepare a batch tonight that their customers could be injecting tomorrow.
This stuff here basically is basically to help break down the hormones in the testosterone, so helping it filter into your body, help it go into your system.
I'm no chemist, but even to me, this looks like child's play.
Is that literally it?
It's as simple as that.
But these guys are making serious money.
How much is this actually worth?
That now, if you're selling that to someone in the gym, you can turn that into £1,000.
How big is your customer base?
Over 50,000 different people, more.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of people using it as well.
We don't really deal with customers as such. We've got one person who controls the Facebook page.
You're selling this through Facebook?
Facebook, forums online.
When it comes to something like injectables, it's really easy to mess up, particularly if you don't know what you're doing, and there are a lot of side effects. Just how responsible do you feel when it comes to people using what you produce?
I feel responsible of making it safe, sterile. You don't get a needle and shove it in your leg, in your ass, wherever you put it, without, looking into it a bit personally. But, if they do, that's their own fault.
Once it leaves your door, there is no way of knowing what happens. If it does get cut, if it does get changed or tweaked, or something happens to it, or it's sold to someone who is vulnerable, you're essentially part of the process. Even if you're not hoping to hurt anyone, you're part of it.
In our head, when this goes out, I know it's sterile, I know I put the right stuff in it, so I trust it, Obviously what we're doing isn't legal, but I won't class myself as a criminal. That's just a helping hand, people are feeling unhappy with the way they look, so...
So you're saying there's no responsibility on your shoulders then?
Personally, I don't... No, I don't think so.
When it comes to responsibility, their moral point of view, I don't think I particularly agree with. They justify it by saying that, so long as the person taking it understands that they're responsible, I'm not responsible. And I think that's quite a naive way to look at it, because at the end of the day, you're part of the chain. And if you're part of the chain, you're part of the problem.
For one family, that chain linked to tragic consequences.
Hello.
Hello, Sarah.
Hi, how are you doing?
Reggie,
Hey,
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Come on in. Would you like a drink?
Yes, please. Can I get a brew on?
Yep,
Have I come in the middle of dinner?
you have.
Yeah?
You have.
How many are you cooking for tonight?
I'm not cooking. It's my daughter. She's cooking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, how many kids do you actually have?
Including Oliver, 3.
Ollie Cooney began working out at 16, and his mum Sarah watched the changes in her son.
Oh yeah, cheers, thank you. He used to come home from gym, he used to wear him, he used to walk through the door. Yeah. The first thing he'd say is, Mum, take my t-shirt off for me, because it was that big. He couldn't take it off. I'd go, Mummy, he's standing, go, Mummy. So I'd take his turn and just chuck it in his face, and then he'd ring me before he came home from gym, get me chicken on, Mum. So everything was ready when he came home.
Yeah. So were the family a massive part of his nutrition as well as training then?
Oh gosh, yeah, it was.
And it pretty much took over his life?
Yeah, it did.
By 18, Ollie was using the gym 6 days a week. To increase his bulk, he also decided to take steroids.
Was he open with you about taking them?
Very open. It was so honest with me, it was unbelievable.
And what was your initial reaction when he told you that he'd started taking them?
I was mortified. I was absolutely mortified. We didn't talk for 2 weeks.
So where did it come from? Why was it on his radar?
I honestly think that Oliver had an issue with his height because he was only small. He was smaller than me, and I'm 5'4". Everybody used to call him Little Ol, and he didn't want to be Little Ol. What he lacked in size, in height, he made out in width. And I think he did it for him. I think he did it for extra confidence for himself. You tend to just kind of put that to the back of your head. He's going to gym, he's lifting weights. He's not going out every weekend, getting drunk. That's how I saw it. He was just going to the gym and trying to keep fit. I didn't see it as a problem until he had his first heart attack. Oh.
It's okay.
Ollie was at the gym when he started having chest pains. He later collapsed. Incredibly, just a month later, he was working out again. On doctor's advice, Ollie had stopped taking steroids, but the damage to his heart was done. 3 months later, he had a series of strokes.
To walk on the ward and look at your own son and his face is all slanted down at left side and he couldn't talk. He had to go to the toilet in a wheelchair, to be helped with nurses. He couldn't eat his food, had to be chopped up. He had 12 weeks of intensive physiotherapy to learn him how to walk.
Did he recover from that, from the stroke?
Fully.
Did he get back to full
Fully.
health? Well, with that being the case, how long was it before he went back to the gym?
I went back, he wanted to go back, I think it was about 10 days after.
10 days?
Yeah.
In September 2013, Ollie suffered a second major heart attack and died. He was just 20.
It was definitely the steroids. It's on his death certificate.
What does it actually say?
Misuse of Class C. Drugs.
Did you ever think that your boy would ever be connected to anything that's classed as a drug?
No. I didn't expect to get a death certificate, to be honest with you. I feel mad. I feel angry. The fact that what he's done, what he's done to himself, but he's not just done it to himself, he's done it to us, but I don't think he actually meant to do this. I really don't think he meant to do this at all.
There's one person on my mind.
There he is. How you doing?
Kyle and I haven't talked about steroids, but his obsession to look good is nagging at me.
Now, I don't want to scare you or anything, but I spent some time with a lady called Sarah, whose son, Ollie, died off the back of steroid use. And his obsessive sort of diet, his obsessive working out, isn't that dissimilar to yours? So have you ever used steroids? Really, honestly?
Yeah. Yeah. Inject my shoulders, my legs and my bum.
And are you still doing it?
No.
Have you tried the tablets?
Yeah.
Are you doing tablets now?
To strip the fat. Strip the water.
So what kind of tablets are they?
The Clenbuterol. They're for people who have with chest pains and for their asthma. And they're for animals as well. For cows,
animals?
Cows and horses, yeah.
Have you taken any today? I mean, have you got any in that big bag?
I have, yeah. I have.
You have?
I have, yeah. There we are.
Kyle. What kind of side effects do you get off the back of using something like this?
Insane cramping. When my whole leg cramps up. my hip goes, and I'm like this, I can't move for about 10 minutes.
Do you know how much I want to throw these away right now? After this chat, you're going to keep using these?
I think after this experience, no, I'm not.
Why?
Getting a different perspective from different people, that was made me think more about it, more about this. The effects doing to me, because my mother's preached to me for a while. I had friends and family preaching at me. I'm different, as outside to speak to me about it. It does give me a bit more, well, maybe I shouldn't do these things, type of thing, you know?
You've kept saying the entire time that I've been with you that you want perfection and you want your body to be better
But I want it to last until I'm 30 as well. I want to see my 30th.
I'm so glad you've said that.
It's okay, it's only you know, it's 6 years, but it's not long. It's not long.
Listen, look after yourself. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And I'm not going to post these back.
Oh, no, it's been Take care, Reggie.
The problem that I'm seeing with what's going on now is that there are more and more people that are searching and pushing for this body image, this idea of perfection. And I just really hope that that changes. And that the reason that these young guys are eating clean and getting fit is not because of something they've seen in a magazine. I've come to the end of my own journey. But while the 6 weeks may be over, after everything I've seen and heard, I reckon the greatest challenge could be keeping control of all of this. You know, I was in a gym with Kyle, and Kyle took his shirt off and he told me to take mine off, and I didn't want to because I was really self-conscious about how I looked in that moment, and it's only when I think about it now that I realise how affected I am, just like everyone else, by body image and by what other people think about us.